Saturday morning, America and Israel launched a surprise war against Iran. I call it a surprise war because here's what one of the mediators said after negotiations on Friday.
I am confident, and in my assessment of the way the talks are going, the peace deal is within our reach.
Oh, the peace deal is within our reach. But it turns out the bomb shit button was much closer. This is Trump's America. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but even regimes I disagreed with respected the American people enough or felt some obligation to at least lie to us in prime time. Did anybody get filled in on this?
An Israeli military official I spoke to told me that there were thousands of hours of planning between U.S. and Israeli military officials.
Oh, anything for the bombing buddy Bibi. You told Israel more than you told us. But like giving a hand job on your birthright trip, it was a secret that stayed in Israel. Yeah. They did it. They know. On the bus, under the blanket, they know. But all this parsing is meaningless in the first place. We can expose their hypocrisy and contradictions and arrogance till we're blue in the Congress. The right doesn't care. They supported Trump for a very particular reason.
A vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for war. A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for a man who wants to end wars.
The president has a commitment to peace, frankly, unlike anything we have seen.
He is the great deal maker, the art of the deal. He can negotiate the end of wars around the world.
He is America's deal maker in chief. He leads from a position of securing peace through strength.
That's why they voted for him. The doctrine, peace through strength. And now they support Trump for a very different reason.
The president's not afraid to take action with hard power when necessary.
We have a president that has finally shown the strength and boldness that is needed.
The Iranian government found out what the Trump doctrine is all about, and that is mess around and find out.
Donald Trump has the guts, the balls, and the vision to do things that nobody else will do.
I'm going to leave the balls thing alone for now. But how quickly the right has gone from peace through strength to peace through war. And we're all just along for the ride in a war with no clear purpose, no end in sight. It's all just at the whims of Donald Trump. You know what I need right now? My comfort monkey. I need my comfort monkey. It actually works. You know, I went after poor Punch pretty hard last week. Said some things. But I get it now. This does help a lot. By the way, it was crazy. They were sold out. And this might get me in a little bit of trouble. I had to go to Ichikawa and take this from Punch. I'm talking about the debate on free speech. Now, as we know, conservatives have been very concerned about the loss of free speech in our country for a very long time.
Bullies on the left aiming to silence conservatives.
Free speech is under siege in this country. The leftists, they've become the thought police. They basically declare themselves God and judge us for our thoughts.
George Orwell was right. The thought police come next to punish thought crime. Be very, very scared.
I am. Perhaps not for the reasons you... Are the thought police with you right now, Janine? Are they in the bottle? But luckily, our national free speech nightmare recently came to an end when we entered the golden age of Donald Jehoshaphat Trump.
We have saved free speech in America, and we've saved it strongly. Free speech in America is back.
Thank God we have a president now who believes in free speech.
Yes. Thank God. We have a president now who believes in free speech. Just go ahead, roll through 12.
I believe that CNN and MSDNC, what they do is illegal. I think CBS should lose its license, but I think ABC should lose its license also because of what they've done.
I watched What Happened Live. I think Bravo should also lose their license. What they did to Dorinda on Traitors, they should be sent to a Salvadorian hellhole. This is what I'm talking about. Generally, you've got to search the archives for contradictions on one's stated principles, dig through policy papers to uncover private actions that are undermined by someone's public stance. But this is so blatant. I can't wrap my head around it. It's not even the hypocrisy. It's that they so fetishize free speech, this thing that they do not in any way actually practice.
The freedom to speak our minds and express the truth that is our heart. Really, that's really a big chunk of our heart.
Any cardiologist will tell you, hearts come in chunks. Blood comes into the aorta to the right ventricle, passes through your speech chunk. But since coming into office, Trump and the Republicans have instituted policies that are a dagger right through many people's speech chunks.
The White House has barred the Associated Press from presidential events because the AP has refused to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America in its style book.
And in a dramatic escalation against the American legal system, Trump this weekend directed his government to target law firms battling his actions.
Federal immigration officials arrested a Palestinian activist who helped lead last year's student encampment protest at Columbia.
I think we ought to get them all out of the country. They're troublemakers. They're agitators. They don't love our country.
My chunks! My precious chunks, my lovely lady chunks. My chunks, my chunks, my lovely lady chunks. You're making my perineum tingle. Here's the thing. These attacks on free speech, especially the one where they deported that activist, if there's one thing that I know about the powerful principals at our higher education institutions, they will not be bullied by a roll 212.
Columbia University is bowing to President Trump's demands, announcing it will change a number of policies.
Among them, placing the school's Middle Eastern, South Asian, and African Studies Department under academic receivership for at least 5 years.
Some students protested the war in Gaza. Suddenly, a whole academic department is on double secret probation with government oversight. And by the way, okay, Middle East part, African Studies? What the did they do? Sure, the African Studies professor's like, I teach intermediate Swahili. See, these guys don't give a about free speech. They care about their speech. It's so blatant hypocrisy. It's so old school Daily Show gotcha. You know what? I'm just going to put on the wig I used to wear during those years. Because the hypocrisy is just so... Here's Donald Trump on those who would criticize judges that he has appointed.
A lot of the judges that I had, if you look at them, they take tremendous abuse, and it's truly interference, in my opinion, and it should be illegal, and it probably is illegal in some form.
Yes, criticizing judges. It is interference. It should be illegal. Tremendous abuse. And 4 days later, not 4 days later, not a full French work week later.
President Donald Trump just took to Truth Social and deemed this judge, responding to this decision here, calling him a radical left lunatic of a judge, a troublemaker and agitator who was sadly appointed by Barack Hussein Obama. He says this judge should be impeached.
The hypocrisy. It burns. And are we really still doing the Barack Hussein Obama thing? Oh, free Harambe. Come on, people. See, what was the whole thing that they hated about the left on free speech?
No one is safe from the left's word police.
No one. What exactly would an actual government-run word police organization look like?
The Trump administration is actively trying to purge the federal government of so-called woke initiatives. Government agencies have flagged hundreds of words to limit or avoid. Words like DEI, BIPOC, anti-racism, Latinx, Native American, Black, women. Seemingly random words like expression, at risk, political, and even mental health and sex.
What's left? BIPOC and Latinx, I get that. You're not allowed to say sex. You can't say words like women or sex or hashtag me too. How can a lot of your cabinet members describe their weekends? You know, you can't protest in a way that offends the right. You can't teach things that the right doesn't want you to teach. You can't read things that they don't want you to read. You can't use words that they don't want you to use, but they love free speech. I guess fear not. At least we'll always have art.
President Trump demanding a painting of him be removed because he finds it unflattering.
He's demanding they take it down because he believes this picture is unflattering, which really makes you think, do you think other pictures of you are flattering? At least in the painting, they blended the foundation into your hairline. Minnesota was the site of horrible violence where a state house leader and her husband were killed. A state senator and his wife were shot. The only positive is that the person who perpetrated these acts has finally been caught. Finally. But what I was really struck by is what seemed to be on everybody's mind in the midst of this horror.
This morning, a lot of questions remain, like what was his motive?
Why? A motive? Why did he do this?
When do we learn about motive?
Everyone wants to know why, Bill.
His roommate, he says that the suspect was a Trump supporter.
This is a Tim Walz appointee. This is a Democrat.
I'm going to be honest, and I truly mean this. I mean no disrespect. Like, I don't give a why this person did it. I just don't give a I don't care. I don't care whose team he's on. I don't care if he listens to NPR or Fox News. I don't give a flying What blows my mind is our resignation in the aftermath of this nonsense. What are you going to do? I don't know, put a shit ton of funding into mental health funding, put a shit ton of money into illegal weapons interdiction. Maybe that chip, maybe the, what do you call it there? Maybe the chip that Bill Gates had injected in all of us during COVID could have a self-destruct button? Take people out before they do this shit? For God's sakes, can't we do that? Grubhub knows when I want pizza. You don't think Grubhub doesn't know when people are getting murderous? What's the difference between hungry and hangry? What's the difference? We're willing to do things about other issues. We just heard about it. Why are they attacking Los Angeles right now? Why is the right so willing to tear our cities apart in this moment?
Dangerous criminals continue to flood our nation and kill our citizens.
This has to stop. I mean, I think about it for my grandkids. I mean, how safe are they in this society?
One woman or one child violated by an illegal alien is one too many.
The alarm bells were going off a long time ago. A lot of Democrats will defend this and say, well, you know, it's such a small percentage. They have blood on their hands, pure and simple. One is too many.
One is too many. One death. By the way, true. It is too many. Violence should never be accepted. It should never be tolerated. But that's for their issue. In the wake of Sandy Hook and Uvalde and Parkland and El Paso and Lewiston and Aurora and Buffalo and Boulder and Binghamton and Highland Park and Monterey Park and San Bernardino and San Jose and San Francisco and the Pulse nightclub and the Colorado Springs nightclub and the Little Rock nightclub and the Borderline Bar in Thousand Oaks and the Ned Peppers Bar in Dayton and the Waffle House in Nashville and Virginia Tech and UVA and MSU and UCSB and FSU and NIU and SMC and the Sutherland Springs Church and the Mother Emanuel Church in Charleston and the Living Church of God and the Tree of Life Synagogue and the Allen Mall and the Westroads Mall and Fort Hood and Lockheed Martin. And what are we f***ing doing? What are we doing? By the way, that is a wildly incomplete list. We kept it to the last 25 years, and it's still not everything. And what's their response to all that?
They're doing the same thing that they always do after there's a mass shooting. They politicize it.
The issue is not with the Second Amendment. Guns aren't the problem.
Does a gun commit crime?
Democrats want to take away your guns. They don't want to solve problems.
Turns out, when it comes to mass shootings, one's not too many. Actually, a shitload isn't too many. And by the way, you can say Second Amendment all you want, but you definitely don't seem to mind throwing out the Constitution when it comes to deportation. And I am legitimately asking this question. This is truly legitimate. Like, I know I can be like, but like, I am genuinely baffled. Why is it when a foreigner or someone that shouldn't be here kills one of us, we're going to put $150 billion into border security. We're going to militarize our cities. We're going to spend trillions of dollars to bomb and destabilize foreign countries overseas. We're going to ban people from random countries from ever visiting here. We're going to take our shoes off at the airport forever. But when we do it to ourselves, nothing. Is it that the only acceptable deaths are those that are made in America? Our only response now is to tally up the psycho scoreboard on whose side the perp belongs to? I honestly would like to know. Like, it makes no sense. It's jarring cognitive dissonance. This is Senator Mike Lee, all right? Great state of Utah, which, by the way, suffered a tragic shooting death at one of their No Kings events over the weekend. And just a little backstory. I've met Senator Lee. He's the best. In 2019, when we were trying to get permanent reauthorization of the Ray Pfeiffer, Louis Alvarez Droga Act, we met with Senator Mike Lee in his office down in Washington. We had a team of Feel Good Foundation and a team of first responders with us. Firefighters, cops, other people. One of the cops had been in the first tower when it collapsed, right? So all these first responders are going around the table and they are sharing their stories to try and get Senator Mike Lee to support this bill that's going to provide life-saving coverage and money to the victims of this terrible terrorist attack and the illnesses they are suffering since then. When the one cop says his story about being in the tower that collapsed and the aftermath, when he told Senator Lee about that experience, Senator Lee smiled and said, I bet you've got a lot of stories. Of like what? Spring break? Like, what are you talking about? We met a lot of people in Washington. Some were hopeful, some of those meetings. Some were upsetting meetings. That was the only meeting where we all walked out and looked at each other and went, what the is wrong with that guy? The only one. I say this for context, for why I use Senator Lee as the avatar for the insanity of this moment. Here he is on the Senate floor talking about why he is for these, you could call draconian immigration policies.
The tragic case of Lakeland Riley, a life cut short by an illegal alien. Her case represents hundreds of thousands of families across this nation whose lives have been upended by the invasion that our leaders allowed to happen.
Now, look, he's right to be upset at our leaders for allowing unsafe conditions to happen. That's fine. Here's Mike Lee tweeting this weekend about the assassination of a Democratic legislator and her husband, just hours after we all learned about this tragedy.
Republican Senator Mike Lee of Utah posted a picture of the suspect at the door of one of the lawmakers with the caption, "This is what happens when Marxists don't get their way."
And by the way, he didn't just post that. He didn't just post that. He pinned that to the top of whatever the it is that you pin stuff on Twitter, your Twitter refrigerator to show off your Twitter work. And then to let all of us know that that is not the depth of his depravity, that he can go deeper, he posted this.
The senator posted another picture with the caption, "Nightmare on Wall Street," mocking, of course, the name of the Minnesota governor.
Okay, first of all, Elm Street to Wall Street is a shitty pun. As a comedian, I must object. You've got Wolf of Wall Street just sitting there. And second, I truly want to know why in his mind, one death, the hands of an immigrant, is worth $150 billion of border security, a militarization of American cities. Well, just the blue cities. I know the undocumented immigrants in red state fields are the good ones now suddenly. That and I guess Mar-a-Lago hospitality workers. But I want to know why those deaths in Minnesota are worth only a night of edgelord shitposting. No billions for mental health, no stopping illegal weapons trafficking, no nothing. We should ask him why. I bet he's got some stories to tell. Trump is going to troll. The problem now is Republicans appear to want to attach their "I told you so's" as a condition of funding California's disaster relief.
I expect that there will be strings attached to money that is ultimately approved.
I think there should probably be conditions on that, Dave. That's my personal view.
Before we put funds into place, we've got to find out exactly how we're going to hold these leaders accountable and what sort of policy changes are required.
There can't be a blank check on this.
They don't deserve anything, to be honest with you, unless they show us they're going to make some changes.
What the is wrong with you? Really, Senator from Alabama? The state near the bottom in math, reading, and test scores. Next time you get hit by a hurricane, why don't we have a little parent-teacher conference to see that if you got your scores up, you would get the money. Or actually, let's not do it, because you'll get the money anyway, because we're not psychos. That is psychotic. There's something wrong with you. And you know what? And here's the thing. I can do the Daily Show thing. I can run down all the congresspeople and senators on the right calling for conditions on disaster aid that absolutely had the opposite view when it was their state on the line.
We need to do everything we can. We have citizens that are literally going to get worse by the day.
Shut the up. Because I can do it, but it doesn't even matter. I'm not even going to do it because red states are always the tragic victims of circumstance outside of their control. And Democrats always vote for their aid, whereas blue state disasters are a function of their flawed morality and policy. And if we help blue state survivors, well, what message will that send? What lesson will they learn? But fine, if strings must be attached, what be the strings?
The problem with California is forestry management.
Oh, yeah, it's true. I didn't. It's true. The management of the forest. You have to rake the leaves and shut down the illegal elf tree cookie factory. I understand. And what a great, utterly anodyne suggestion. I mean, what forest couldn't be managed better? I mean, if you've been to a forest lately, chaos. It's chaos. It's the dirt and leaves and what is that? Bear shit, I'm sure. I want to see the manager. Okay, so we get the money if we have better forest management. Everybody then gets food and clothes. What else?
They've not done the necessary work to make sure there's fresh water flowing into key areas.
Oh, water. Yeah, no question. No question. Water for the fire. I'm going to get that message to the firefighters. Toot sweet. Water is so important. Water is a terrific fire. I don't even want to say the R word. But as I always say, what do you got there, mister? A fire? Nothing like water. Water works on all kinds of fire, except for one kind of fire, but I don't know which one that is. But odds are with you. Point taken. But forest management and get some water up here, and then your children may have blankets. These are all great pointers on how to mitigate fires, and I'm sure California has absolutely been trying water and forest management. Maybe not good enough, but they have it. There's one thing you might not be considering as you criticize them, and that's this. I don't know what kind of a system you can develop that completely mitigates the risk of fire, plus drought conditions, plus 60 to 80 mile per hour winds, plus delicious wood. Look at this. Look what's happening right there. Do you see this? Fire to tornado. Rake your way out of that. You understand? I love the blame game. I love the blame game. I play it all the time. But the fires aren't out. And the fire to tornado. The only thing that would stop that is the absence of oxygen. Which, if I'm being honest, we could do. Hear me out. There's something called a cloche. A cloche is a covering. You've probably seen it in pie shops. You can put a cloche. Now, if I'm just very quickly, guys, that's the continental-sized cloche that we had on a previous program suggested for immigration reform. We need a little more casual. Guys, can you check on the sideboard behind the gravy frigates? It's not, if it's not there, it's under the sink. The California, that's it, the California cloche. Airtight. It's the best way to smother a Los Angeles-sized fire. And if you live in New Jersey, keep a pie fresh in a diner for 8 to 9 years. The cloche. I am going to make cloche happen. Years from now. And then I'm going to get a hat that says, Jon Stewart was right about everything. Hey, look. Hey, all you idiots are dead. Told you so.